Hello everyone! Good afternoon!
I am Laika Adam.
I am Christine Ann Mariga.
I am Lani Jane T. Babao.
I am Karen T. Bontong.
I am Reina Divan Ricardo.
And I am Juana Tiguroy.
And we are the group Kabogables! Hi again everyone! So I am the first reporter of the group Kabogabol. So this is my topic, the introduction of the historical timeline of group work. So let me read to you. Group work, initially a movement, evolved into a method and a field in the late 19th and early 20th century. So as you can observe here in the visual aid, in this artfully, obviously, visual aid, group work started as a movement. Kumbaga, it was an initiative by the common people or by the community people to introduce change into delivering social services in that particular area. So as stated, it has begun in 19th and evolved in the early 20th century. So medyo matagal-tagal na, no? So as the reporter or the report progresses, we're going to see the real step-by-step or the history undergoing group work. So it played a crucial role in addressing shifts in the United States such as industrialization, population shifts, and immigration. So it played a crucial role in addressing the problems currently going on in the United States back then, because as we all know, social work originated in the US or in the Western countries. So in here, it played a crucial role daw in addressing problems regarding industrialization, population shifts, and immigration. So before, during the time of the Industrial Revolution, more and more people migrated from other nations into the United States of America, mainly because of this so-called improvement or industrial revolution going on. Now, what's the real deal with this? They migrated in the United States because they probably, one of the main reasons is that they are looking for possible job prospects in order to achieve a better quality of life. Pero, as we all know, encountering rapid increase in population also would require a lot of resources. So, if marami yung population sa isang country or isa ka area, isa ka community, therefore, the community would need additional resources in order to meet the demands or in order to meet the needs of those people. So group work was introduced at the height of its peak or at the height of Industrial Revolution para, kumbaga, it's sort of an innovation in order to further or successfully address the current problems existing in that community or particularly in the United States. Another, the history of social work can be divided into three phases: the establishment of a group work association in the 1930s, the merger of group work with the National Association of Social Workers in the 1950s, and the resuscitation of group work in the 1970s. So these three steps are one of the major turning points in the evolvement of group work as a method of social work. These self-help, informal, and recreational groups featured small groups, a democratic way of life, community duty, and perceived membership in national or global activities. So group work in general, or in its very essence, requires, even though they are small, it doesn't have to be, a group doesn't have to be extensive or really big in terms of its members. But if you really want to make a change, regardless of the size or no matter how little they are, no matter how many those groups are, if an objective of a certain group is rightfully met, then therefore the group work itself would be deemed successful through the realization of a democratic way of life, having freedom to express his or her own self, and doing whatever he or she can in order to contribute his or her role in the community. Community duty and perceived membership in national or global activities. So group work recognizes people as members of the global community. Not only are they a member of their own community itself, but the group work recognizes its members in a way that they also can contribute something big in that or in a global scale. So that would be all in the introduction or brief introduction with group work as a second method in the primary methods of social work. Thank you so much for listening. That would be all for my report. Ciao.
So let me add the idea of Miss Laika. So first, I will explain the history of social work can be divided into 3 phases. So the first phases was the establishment of a group work association in 1930s. So in 1930s, we all know that social group work is not actually introduced by the people, but most in this era or in this year, most of the pioneers or most of the elite people is nag-combine in order nga deliver social services sa mga tao doon sa US. So hindi pa talaga actually nag-start into profession or into formal association or organization of people. Nagsimula ito sa sponsors or sa mga pag-volunteers sa mga nangangailangan sa isang asosasyon. So example, in a charitable organization, may mga elite people na nagtutulungan upang matugunan ang mga pangangailangan ng mga tao dito sa era na ito or yung mga tao na hirap or hikahos sa buhay. So sa second phases, my partner will add on the idea also for Laika.
So the next phase is the merger of group work with the National Association of Social Workers in the 1950s. So in this phase, kumbaga gi-adapt na ang group work na method, not unlike before na kanang patulungan pa lang siya establisher, especially with the help of the pioneering social workers back then nga naay planning, naay step-by-step process. That's why i-adapt siya kadulayan sa NASW or sa National Association of Social Workers. Next, aning pag-merger, ang pag-adapt is ang practice by itself. So Ms. Ritardo will explain this one.
So to add on about the 3 phases. So first, the establishment of a group association in 1930s, as Babaw said, that here a lot of because of a lot of people are needy, so there's a lot of volunteers or elite people or individuals who support them to address the problems in their lives. So here in a merger of group with the National Association, so as we all know that a lot of people needs help, so here is those volunteers or elite people adapt their works in this phase. So in this second phase, they adapt it or they practice it. And then this last phases is the third one, is the resuscitation of group work in the 1970s. Here it's because nakita na diri nga kanang effective ang mga problems or ang mga interventions sa mga individuals nga volunteers. Here is i-approve or there's a rules or law nga mo approve, like kana bitang i-confirm jud nila nga kani jud siya nga group work is very good very good method to alleviate or to help those needy people na ma-meet ilahang mga needs and problems in life.
And I want to add on about why group work exists. So, nganong ang group work na exist man? So, before, wala pa ni siya ang group work. So, ang naarag yun is case work or case study. So, ang case work man god is nag-deal ra siya sa mga people individually. So, kaning group work man god is nag-deal siya sa mga daghan siya group ganin means daghan. So, iyang gina-deal is katong mga people nga naay commonality or naay same ang problem. So, which is gina-group sila tapos gina-assess o kung sa ilang problema o unsay pwede intervention. So, one-shot intervention na ni siya. Bali sa case work man god kag isa-isa ho nimo dili siya dali mahuman. So ang group work which is dali ra siya makataba kag daghan dayon dili dayon kanang madugay ba. Mura ang nakanindot sa group work. So I'm the next reporter for today. So YMCA originated with Sir George William in 1844. He organized labors in Bridgewater, their first shops towards Christian lifestyle, to lead the formation of Young Men's Christian Association in London. And the YMCA model spreads Germany and England, influencing young women and women. So according to supports young women or men, works by promotion Christian values and healthy lifestyle starting in Bridgewater and organization, which the foundation of YMCA, this small gathering quickly gained popularity, formalized into the official organization. The success of model led to rapid expansion of YMCA across Europe, particularly England, influencing the both young and women's community faith and professional development. So, gihimo din ni William George kay aron daw matabangan to mga young men na makatrabaho aron dili pud silang foundation aron makasik og help. Like for example, naa sila problems or aron makatrabaho sila og tarong. So next is emerge of female lead movement of England. Emma Roberts Foundation, the prayer union among his friends. Mrs. Arthur Kindle started with General Female Training Institution in Britain. So maopen ni sila si Emma o si Arthur ang nag-conduct sa YWCA. So Young Women Catholic Association. Maopen siya pinag-conduct og other foundation gawas sa MCA. So next is the two movement marriage of the success. Foundation of YMCA and YWCA was promoted foundation in 1977, developed of movement of US. So in general, gitahimo do nila ang MWCA o MYCA aron daw makatabang ang mga young adults aron maka-move forward sila hang if coming na naamgi sila problem or in the foundation.
So to add on about the female-led movements, on 1885 in England, so the female-led movement started through Emma Roberts and Kennard. So the Emma Roberts, she is the one who founded the prayer group. So she founded it with her friends to give support, like specifically support by spiritual support. So while Mrs. Kennard, she is the one who established the training center for the nurses para bumalik mula sa criminal ward. So upang matulungan sila na makabalik sa normal na buhay at makahanap ng bagong layunin. So dahil natagop or successful ang kanilang ginagawa, pinagsasama nila ang kanilang effort na naging pundasyon ng isang mas malawak na women support movement. So, in that way, this women-led movement naging matagumpay talaga through Roberts and Kennard.
So in order to summarize or to pretty much solidify all their ideas all together, the YMCA and the YWCA, or the Youth Men's Christian Association, as well as the Youth Women's Christian Association, have only one goal. Okay? That is to kind of uplift or augment the social realities of those institutions or their target beneficiaries in a way that they are going to enforce them Christian or faith-based beliefs in order to give them more of a spiritual outlook on life. Because these institutions believes that through Christ or through faith or through spiritual beliefs, they can help or they can surpass any challenges that they face in this world.
So this is our third topic, so about the settlement movement. So this is the continuation and connected to the topic of introduction or the historical background of group work. So this is the most impactful sa group work sa atong profession. So the settlement movement is founded by Jane Addams in 1889 in Chicago, Illinois. So
this is the settlement movement in which kani ang mga settlement house nga ilahang gi-forma or ilahang gi-establish in order nga katong mga immigrants o katong mga naglisod nga mga tao nga nakakaranas ng poverty, mga nakakaranas ng mga pang-aabuso at lack of knowledge about legal cases. So, si Jane Addams is one of the philanthropists who established Hull House. So, yung Hull House is pinaka-known sa Chicago, in which the first settlement house in the US. So, kani si Jane Addams is my best friend siya na si Ellen Gates Starr, in which silang duha is nagtutulungan upang masuccessful ang pagbuo ng organisasyon or parang matulungan yung ma-address yung mga poverty or ma-address yung mga pangangailangan ng bawat tao doon sa US, because nakita kasi nila na hindi sapat ang isang tulong lang. Establish ang Hull House para may kanang matapukan sila sa mga tao nga nangangailangan ba sa mga immigrants. So katong mga immigrants is from rural or kanang layo nga lugar, from rural area ning adto sa urban area to find opportunities or to find job in order to survive. But na-shock sila because of industrialization. Sa kuan nga hala mas abunda diri or mas kana bitong na-shock sila sa ilang nakagisnan sa ilang area pag adto nila sa lain, or ning migrate sila nga dili day same og mga opportunities nga naa dito sa gigikanan nako in which the rural area, and pag adto nako sa urban is dili, so na-shock sila sa culture, sa mga kanang the way nga mo live ang mga tao sa US. So kani nga Hull House is a private institution in which makonsider siya as an orphanage or a private institution ni siya nga dito itapok ang tanan, which is ang Hull House. Kani man gud ang Hull House is naa siya pila ka kuan nga diri makita ang salon, ang health center, ang educational nga kanang mahimo dito ang itapok ang mga bata para makabalubasa. So dako kay impact ang program ni Jane Addams in order nga kana bitong naay madaganan o maduulan ang mga tao in case nang hinahanglan sila. So, one of the program ni Jane Addams is mao ang pinaka-foundation ng development para mabuo ang social group work para mailhan hala naaday kinahanglan nga mga tao or grupo nga same situation nga same solution nga i-address ang ilang needs. So, these are the movement objective where kanang this is the objective of Hull House. So, sharing cultures and religious knowledge and with the needy. So, diri, connected gihapon siya sa club formation in which they, because of faith, because of spiritual need, so, gigamit diri ang method para kanabitang makabalo, ma-aware ang tao nga dili sa tanang panahon is angay mubuhat og mga daotan. So, big influence ang religious nga i-gain ang knowledge sa mga tao og sila baka nang need na ko magbinot ani nga nana. So big impactful tayo ang spiritual. So associating with the local community. So para naa sila yung mga services nga ma-offer nga dili sila mahutdan. So ning connect sila sa local community or sa local government para naa bitay katong which is yung mga elite people is magbibigay ng mga ayuda or magbibigay ng service or para kana bitang ilang budget is dili ma-out. So if in order nga itong mga tao nga ilang natabangan is naa pa sila matabang, so ang gibuhat ni Jane Addams o yung friend nga si Ellen Gates Starr is ning connect sa local government and sa local community para ang lahat ng mga nangangailangan na tao, ang budget ay hindi ma-out, kanang hindi mauubos. So kahit anong mangyari ay may makukuha at makukuha sila. So taking responsibility for social improvement. So nagtutulungan naman sila, so lahat ng mga responsibility ay ginagawa nila. Lahat ng serbisyo na makakabuti sa kanilang tinutulungan is matugunan. So nagtutulungan naman sila, so lahat ng mga responsibility ay ginagawa nila. Lahat ng serbisyo na makakabuti sa kanilang tinutulungan is matugunan. So settlement workers provide various services. So, ito yung mga settlement workers, which is the ito yung mga volunteers na ganang work together in order to address the needs. So, first, education. So, noong unang panahon is hindi pa masyadong known ang edukasyon. So, in which, gipa-brother ni Ellen Gates Starr o ni Jane Addams na need yung edukasyon in order nga ang tao is kanang dili bitaw mabaguhan. So impactful kayong education because ang mga bata is makabalo mubasa, makabalo nga naadi sila yung mga capacities and opportunities nga makabalo ani nga mga butang. So, health assistance. So, noong unang panahon is uso na kayo, big problem na kayo ang malaria. So, wala pa yung mga vaccines ato nga panahon. So, gina-offer dito nga, ang halaws, ga-offer og mga health services. Dito nila i-address ang mga sakit sa tao nga libre. Nga dili na bitaw mabalaka ang mga tao nga asa sila muduol in case nga naa sila health problem. So, legal aid. So, katong mga legal aid, katong mga panginahanglan in terms of legal basis or legal concerns nila. So, advocacy for social policy reforms. So, ito na yung mga policy na hindi aware yung mga tao doon, but with the help of settlement movement or settlement program, is na-address or natutugunan yung mga pangangailangan ng mga tao doon upang yung mga hindi nila alam is ma-aware sila. So, English and citizenship training. So, because of this program, yung mga immigrants na hindi alam paano magsalita ng English is matututo sila. So, in which yung galing sa lugar na hindi known yung English, iba yung pananalita nila or lingwahe, matututo sila sa English because of this program. So, our partner will explain further or add on my ideas in this topic.
Okay, so in addition to Babaw's report na about the settlement movement, so in summary of it, ang pinakauna rajud or ang aim rajud niya is to provide services especially to the immigrant people and to the rise mampod of kanang industrialization ani nga time for 19th and 20th century. So the settlement movement helped the people especially in rural areas nga kanang maka-adapt sila sa life within nga naaning sa urban areas.
So, in add-on, in general daw, ang halaws mahimo daw na siya para sa poverty people, those katong nagkalisod, especially sa school, mga bayro nun, o kanabitang baguhay nila ng language, especially English, like katong mga urban area, wala pa sila yung mga knowledge about sa mga English na language. Especially kanang mga pobre, mga poorest of the poor. Like, wala silang kwarta for education. So, gihimo nila ng halaws para aron matabangan ng mga people for education. Tapos, kana maka-provide of foods or needs tayong trainings. Kaya especially sa mga trabaho na dili pa sila nahibalaan o wa pa sila nakabalo. Like, mga tractors or sa mga like engineers, mga ning-ana. Kaya, especially in urban areas, maka-encounter dyan sila o mga bisag unsa na conflicts. Especially during sa fields or mga naa sila sa pagtanom o mga bugas or mga fruits or vegetables. Like, wala pa sila na-aware dahil naa sila gigamit na chemicals o aron manindot ilahang tubo silang pagkaon. So, our next topic is about the movement for playgrounds and recreation. So, the inspiration of the movement for playgrounds and recreation is that socialization begins when children learn to associate and play with others. So, diri nag-start ang movement sa playgrounds and recreation. Kay before pa manggod, wala manggod siya playgrounds before. Nag-urbanize and nag-industrialization ang kalibutan. Wala manggod na kuan ang playground na uso. So, which is ang mga bata sa una magdula na sila sa mga kanang bakante nga lote nga naibalas or kanang mga open space nga kung sa asa sila magtambay kay before kanang mas magud ang mga bata prone ang mga bata sa aksidente ba kay wala sila matambayan, wala sila mabilinan, asa sila dapat mo tambay. So kaning movement sa playgrounds and recreation nakuha ni siya ni Marie Elizabeth Zakrzewska, which is si Marie Elizabeth Zakrzewska kay kanang ipanganak siya sa Boston and then kanang iyang mama is a midwifery and then dito kanang kuya siya siyang mama nagka-interest siya sa medical field and then dito mas kanang nag-study siya medical field o kanang siya ang nahimong kuan sa mga babae nga siya ang nag-open og mga opportunity, siya ang nagahatag og kanang mga kaalam kung unsay mga kanang sa mga babae nga gusto makabalo about sa kanang medical field or which is pareha sa midwife or kanang mga anak. And then diri ang first one ang first municipal playground sa US kay ang English Village Green. And then sa 18th century diri natin nila na-introduce ang mga group games. Dayon, in 1876, Chicago's Washington Park promotes team games. And, di ba, si Mary Shapshevska man ang nagkuhan, siya ang nakuhanan nga ano daw sa movement of playgrounds kay nakita niya ang bata, diri niya gi-inspire nga ang bata, nakita niya nga nagdula sa Sun Park, Boston, diri o sa Playground and Recreation Association of America, founded due to, Marie Shapshevska opened the first Sun Park in Boston, marked the beginning of the playground as a formal social movement. So, diri kuan nga si Shapshevska daw ang gakuan nalibog na puso. Siya ang pasimug na or gakuan sa playgrounds and recreation. Dayon, tungod dito, daghan na nagka-interest nga, ay, nindot ning na ay activities, na ay playground, na ay recreation, ang kanang kuan, ang kanang sa isig ka lugar, kay para na ay ma-entertain ang mga bata, kanang napod sila place nga matambayan nila, or place nga dito sila magkuan sa ilahang kaugalingon. And then, moto, daghan ang so dito na daghan ang demand nga mga kwan nga mga governments or mga groups nga magbuhat sila playground sa mga lain-lain lugar atud sa nakuha na niya na kuan na gyud nila ang kanang kuan diri na nag-start ang movement of playgrounds and recreation.
So, to add on with Karen's idea, socialization before, especially in the 18th or 19th century up to the early 20th century, is quite conservative. Hindi pa masyado uso before yung in-group or like pakikipaghalubilo sa iba. It is stated here na playground began as a social movement. So through Mary Shapshevska, it is introduced that playground is really important because it enables younger kids or especially the youth to involve or makipaghalubilo sa isa't isa. It also helps in them socializing, therefore expanding their social network. And with that being said, playground and recreation has also given group work an advantage because this can be used as one of the activities in the interventions regarding the group work. Kasi by talking to other people or by kanang pakikipaghalubilo, pakikipag-talk with other people nga, strangers sa imuha, you will enable yourself to catch new ideas. Or kumbaga, dili lang siya for the purpose nga, pakipagdula lang, like makipag-play lang with other kids. But as well as you can find your, kumbaga, safe haven, bitaw, no, na like, you will find people nga makarelate po di ay ka and makarelate po sila sa imuha. So it's sort of a vice versa or a give and take information where naa kay mahatag na like advantage sa ilaha and naa po kay ma-receive na kumbaga some sort of consolement or like kanang pampagaan ng loob or pang-pastime whenever you are with those kids that you're playing in these playground areas. So that would be all.
So in general ko no, kani daw the movement for playground and recreation no. So in general daw mao daw nagikan himo daw ni Miss tingala ni
Mary Shapshevska.
Miss Marie, ihimo daw niya ang playground for fulfilling the childhood experience sa mga bata. Especially katong mga introverts na children na nahihirapan makipag-communicate sa ibang tao. So, bantog mo niya aron dili sila maulaw makipag-communicate. Katong iyang gihimo na playground, maputo siya ang starting point aron makipag-communicate siya sa laing tao, especially those children nga gikuan silang parents like higpitan jud, especially na before dili man jud pwede maglaag-laag kay daghang trabaho or mga bahalag bata pa sila pero naka-focus sila sa trabaho kay tungod silang parents na gianad sila. So that's why naana ang park to create more childhood memories sa mga bata nga nag-focus silang Lion Foundation.
So now let's move on to the World Wars. So following the World War, there are lots of scientists or social scientists studied or conducted a research about the gang. So one of those was Frederick Chaucer. He is one of the social scientists conducted or studied about the gangs. So gang means the collection of individuals coming together to form a group for the purpose of social, economic, or territorial reasons. So most of them are juveniles or underage individuals. So he decided to be friendly with gang members. It means he established or built friendly relationship with gang members. It's because to deeply understand what really the dynamic of the groups or the internal process inside the gang. So he found out that inside the gang there's a role and rules they follow. Like there's a leader to lead the members, and also there's a members to follow the leader's command, like that. And also they have norms and rules they followed inside the group. And also Chaucer found out that not all gang are in the bad thing. Like it can be both. He found out that the gang, they are coming together. It's because they experience depressed, like negative thing. In that way, they need a friend, like the gang members itself. So there's a purpose of the gang, according to Chaucer. It's because it can help those individuals na maka-sense of belonging, especially if they experience nga alone sila or neglected or abandoned sa parents. And also protection. Like for example, one of the members nga sumbag or ibuli. So ang kauban niya is mo protect sa yaha nga aron dili siya awayon, so ning ana ang protection. So ning ana pud ang kuan ni Chaucer. And also he said that kanang dili lang kuan sa interview, if dili niya i-establish og friendly relationship sa mga gang, so dili niya mahibaw-an kung unsa jud ay ang dynamic sa group. And also it's not enough nga mo interview lang, so muna nga siya mismo ang nag-decide nga mo friend or makig-friend sa makighalubilo sa gang. And also so in that way Frederick Chaucer successfully gathered the information about the dynamic of the gang or that organization. So by befriending the gang members itself. And yeah.
For adding the idea of Miss Divine, so in this era and in this year, the World War I, so bakit ba si Frederick Chaucer is gumawa ng research study in order to understand why man nga bakit may mga tao na gumagawa ng hindi naaayon sa batas or against sa batas. So yung research nga is my biggest impact or my biggest contribution para mas maintindihan ng bawat tao na kaya pala may gang, kaya pala may kilusang pantao na naggugrupo upang example makamit ang hustisya. So in this year is maraming tao ang hindi gusto ang pamamalakad ng mga gobyerno. So in which bumuo sila ng kilusan or bumuo sila ng grupo or gang na para ma-address or para feeling bitaw ma-heard sila sa ilahang mga gusto i-address or gusto ipaabot sa government. So, kani nga research is na siya biggest contribution in order nga maintindihan ng mga tao na hindi lahat ng grupo or gang ay may masamang intention. So, na-understand ni Frederick nga ang mga grupo is naggrupo upang ma-address or ma-heard. So, naani siya connection sa atong background of group work because it address or it kuan nga may mga grupo. So, in crank, so nag-represent sa grupo. So, connected siya. It is because one of our method is social group work. So, i-address or bigyan natin ng voices yung mga tao na hindi naririnig. So, may biggest contribution ang research ni Frederick upang mas maintindihan ang ating profession ngayon sa pangkalahatan na hindi lahat ng mga tao na gumagawa ng hindi naaayon sa batas ay masama na. So, that's all.
I am Joanna Tigoroy and I will be the last reporter for the historical background of group work, and I will be tackling about the theoretical foundation. So, in theoretical foundation, this is the summary of from the introduction down to the club formation, the World War I, the settlement movement, and the movement for playgrounds of recreation. So in addition to this, the theoretical foundation, the National Association of Social Workers was founded by group workers and 6 other professional organizations. So it was mentioned by the club formation earlier, and it was Clara Kraser who founded the first ever group work method in social work, and followed by group work remained closely tied to community organization and citizen engagement. So, nahimo gid siyang similar to community organization tungod kay model man gud siya og mga tawo, and by group as a whole in the community, mao nang closely tied siya sa community organization, but among the 3 methods of social work, mas maayo ang group work tungod kay one shot man gud siya, as what mentioned by Karen earlier, and dali ra ang intervention niya tungod kay pangkasara gud siya. And next is the movement was upheld by influential teachers and advocates including William Schwartz, Sol Bernstein, Soria and Paul Abels, and John Remy. If wala pa ni nga mga tao, group work wouldn't be a success, and dili gid siya mag-exist until now. That's why naa sila nga mga pioneers or mga professionals na kanang nahimo jud nga mo sustain ang group work up until today. So these individuals promoted group work through their inclusivity, validation, and humanity. So they really pushed through the success of social group work mo na nga until now nagamit gid siya nga method sa ato ang profession. So that would be all for our report, and
that's the historical background of group work. I hope you learned something. Bye-bye!